Hello, beautiful people, and welcome. It's another round of tea and tarot time with Julie. So grab yourself a cup of tea, put your feet up, get yourself comfy. We are here looking for some information for my fire signs. All right, my beautiful people. Was just shuffling the deck asking, what do the fire signs need to know at this time? And the Eight of Coins has come out, which is the card of working on something. So this is a reading for fire signs, which is Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. So if you are one of those signs, this reading is for you, if it resonates for you. So let's have a little look. Let's see what's going on. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining me. Let's have a look what's happening for my fire signs then, all right? So we've got the Eight of Coins, we've got the Four of Swords, and the Nine of Wands. You're tired, my beautiful people. You're tie-tie. Two of Wands, center of the reading. We've got the Wheel of Fortune and the Queen of Wands. I thought we were doing 6, but apparently we're doing 9, so I better put them up. All right. Let's see what else. Okay, we've got the Devil and the Six of Wands and the Three of Coins. Okie dokie. All right, let's get them centered in the middle of the camera so you can see what's going on. Okay. All right, what else do we want? We want a energy oracle. Okay, for my fire signs, please. Thank you. We've got 2 there. Do we want them both? No, the one underneath. Okay. Right. And we've got a double message for you, my beautiful fire signs: rest and rejuvenation. And we've got the rest card here as well with the Four of Swords. So, and the Nine of Wands. Yeah, you're feeling somewhat exhausted. Bless you. All right. So we're needing some rest. How are we going to get it? Let's find out. Let's find out some more. All right. What else do we want, please? Okay, we want one of those. All right, we're having a light worker oracle card as well, and then we will pull it together. Okay, the dark night of the soul. What are you going through, my beautiful people? What is going on? Okay, right, now this isn't going to resonate for everybody, and that's all right. If it doesn't, check out one of your other one of the other readings for earth and air and water and whatever, because you'll have multiple placements. Okay, all right, so some of you are going through the dark night of the soul, and bless you, I feel for you hugely. Okay, now this doesn't have to be on a spiritual level. It's usually on an individual personal level, right? Who am I? What do I want? What's going on? Why isn't this working anymore? Why don't I want this anymore? Why is this happening to me? All of those sorts of questions come up. And whether this is something that you've been going through over the last couple of months, or whether it's something you're currently in, it is time to step back from it, to rest, to rejuvenate, to say, enough. I've done enough digging. All right. So let's just look at this then. Let's bring that one in so you can see the cards as well. The dark night of the soul. Number 16 is a 7. 7's a very spiritual number. All right. Now, I went through this through May, specifically kind of a massive awakening of the real me underneath, and it did shake my very foundation of who I thought I was and who I actually am, and stuff that I didn't know was there all coming up. It was very uncomfortable, emotionally, psychologically, physically. I was exhausted, so if you've been going through that, I'm at the other side now, I'm good, and this may well apply to you. But when we go through any kind of major thing like that, and it could be something significant for you in the real world, like a job that's shifting, changing, relationships, whatever it is for you. If you've been going through that, or you are currently going through that, it does definitely feel like the dark night of the soul. But I want you to see the energy behind her, all right? Because this is her down here, all right? Let's explain this card, all right? This is her kind of... This is the way I'm reading this card. It's like, oh my days, this is really hard and heavy. But on a soul level, her soul is lighting up as she's coming into her true, authentic self. And see all the energy behind her. That sort of spirit holding you, saying, come on, you can do this. You've got this. This is okay. So when we go through this kind of stuff, even if you are out the other side, which I suspect most of you are or getting there, that you feel absolutely exhausted afterwards. So why is that? What is that about? Right. Well, if you imagine how the best to describe it, the old version of you being sort of pulled out, all right, being released, being let go, and the new you rising up sort of into a rebirth type of energy, that all that energy that came out leaves you feeling depleted and exhausted. And so what we want to do is recognize that. It's a little bit like PTSD. It's after the event that it hits you the hardest, all right? I know for me, I still am quite tired. I'm sleeping like mad now. I'm really catching up with myself. But we can feel super exhausted when we go through this stuff. So over the next few weeks, this is a timeless reading, by the way. So it's when you find it, but more importantly, when it resonates for you. You might find it now and it doesn't resonate, but you come back to it in a few weeks and it does. So whenever it resonates for you, over the next few weeks after that, I want you to be super gentle with yourself, because you've got a double message here of this rest and rejuvenation. Number 19 comes down to a 1, all right? 1 is about self. What do I need to do for self-care, self-love, looking after me, all right? Filling my own cup, filling up my sense of peace after what might have been quite turbulent. So rest as much as you can. Now, not everybody can go and, just sort of cancel life while they go and sleep for a week, or whatever it is for you. But within and around that, as much as you can, leave the chores. They'll still be there in a few days. Any commitments you can cancel, postponed, put off, delayed, do that. Bring the attention into you. Okay, so let's look at what we've got on the deck. Right, so we've got the 8 of coins and working on going in a different direction, doing it differently, and the devil's sort of going, nah, that won't work, don't bother, all of the doubts and fears. We're stepping back from that, because this is the time now to step onto that new path, which is hugely successful, and to end the struggle and the burden, coming from a place of power and a sense of worth and deserving and value, and having help and support around you to do that. That's the kind of brief overview, but let's go into it a little bit more deeply, yeah? So let's look at this first row. So this 8 of coins with the 2 of wands. And there he is, Mr. Devil, Mr. You can't do it, don't bother, it won't work anyway. You're not good enough. You know what he's like. That's his job, to kind of hold you back, right? So you're working on something with this 8 of coins. And there he is. He's an expert. He knows what he needs to do. He's diligent, hardworking, he's focused, he's on it. So whatever you're working on, your head's down and you're doing it, or you've been doing it, all right? I was going to say I'm not sure if it's one or the other, and Spirit's saying, well, it's some of you, it's already done. Some of you are just finishing this bit off, all right? So what we've got with this 8 of coins is recognizing, first of all, just how hard you're working on this. You may not even be aware of it, right? It doesn't have to be, this total awareness of this shift inside. It can just be very subtle. So, just asking yourself, have my thoughts, beliefs opened up a little bit, shifted a little bit? Am I looking at things from a different perspective? Or is this about actual physical hard work? Whatever it is for you, what you've been doing is working on, with that 2 of wands, a shift in your whole energy, a shift in where you're going. This is a new path, right? This 2 of wands is getting out of your comfort zone, trying a different path, going in a different direction, trying something new. And the devil with it is saying, oh, well, yeah, that's too much like hard work. Oh, that's going to be such an effort. Don't bother. right? If it's a new job, a new home, a new relationship, working on a relationship you've already got, working on yourself, the devil will say, that's too much like hard work, don't bother. That's his job. All right. I already said that. Sorry. I repeat myself sometimes. So all we want to do is recognize it. Don't try and push it away or deny it, like, no, the devil's not going to get me. The devil is your fears, your insecurities, your doubts. It's your habits and routines that say this way or the highway. This is the way I've always done it, and this is the way I'm always going to do it. But the Two of Wands says, how about trying something different? How about shifting that routine, or maybe thinking outside the box? It's like, oh, I'm not comfortable outside the box. I want to stay inside the box. And that's what the devil is there for. Just stay where you are. All right. But there's Two of Wands says, yeah, but it's time. I can't. We grow, we evolve, things change. We can't. And we hate change, don't we? And so it's saying, well, I'm going to embrace the change. I'm going to allow the change. I'm going to recognize those doubts and fears. I'm going to see them and say, okay, perfectly normal that I'm a bit uncomfortable with that, but it's okay. And what I'm really focusing on about why am I doing this in the first place? I need to take a step back so that I can reevaluate. And we're in Mercury retrograde at the moment while I'm recording this, but you might be watching it later when it's not in Mercury retrograde. But if you are, this is a time where we do kind of reset, review, reevaluate, have a look at everything from the outside in. It's very useful, okay? But this particular energy is about rest, rejuvenation, which we've got here. It's taking a step back, it's getting some sleep. It's also a kind of meditation, all right? So it doesn't have to be sleep. You can be just going into a lovely, peaceful, meditative space. And as you do, you start to see the shift that you are creating, that you are wanting here. That you realize that, yes, it's been a bit of work and a bit of effort, but it is absolutely worth it. It is. When we're in it, we can kind of, why am I doing this? Okay. But it is worth it. And this is what Spirit confirming. The center of your reading is the Wheel of Fortune, which A is fortunate and B is meant to be, destined, fated, the right time. This is the right time for you to come out the other side of that now and to step into your success. The Six of Wands is a card of victory. He's been to battle, Five of Wands, right? Now we move to the Six. He's won the battle. He's come out victorious, and he is now riding high. And this is absolutely the right time. So, with the devil, they're saying, oh, that was a waste of time. What did you achieve from that? What was the point in that? That's the devil's voice. And then you come back at it with, well, the Wheel of Fortune said it was the perfect time. So thanks for your concern, but I'm good, thank you. Okay. This is the time for you to move into, and remembering with this one, this is recognition. This is being loud and proud, right? That he is riding through the crowds on his horse, victorious, having come back from the battle. So is he tired? Yes. He's exhausted. He's been to battle and he's won. But was it hard and heavy? Yes. Yes. So can we recognize that, please? And say, this was hard. I'm going to rest when I can. I'm going to catch up with myself. But it was absolutely worth it because it's moved me into this space with the Queen of Wands where I really see and value my worth, my deservability. It's made me stronger, more assertive, more powerful. This is a fire card. And she is fiery. I mean, look at her, right? She's like, don't mess with me, pal. All right. And you're in that energy now. So you come out of this stronger and also able to tap into any help and resources that are available to you and for you. Because the Three of Coins is a card of collaboration and teamwork. So tap into support and help, whether that's your spiritual team, whether that's your family, whether that's your friendships, whether that's colleagues if you are working. We have some help and support here because we've come out of this having learned so much, having gained so much, and now we're ready with that Wheel of Fortune to move into the next phase. But we want to move into that next phase hitting the ground running, not exhausted, right? So this is why we need to rest, reboot our batteries before we move into the next phase with that Wheel of Fortune, all right? And as we step into that with this new energy, because we've had some rest, then it's like, right, good, that's behind me. We can move forward now. Yeah. So let's find out a little bit more. Going to use the Light Seers Tarot. Tell me a little bit more for my Aries, please, and my Leos and my Sagittarius. All right. Tell me more. Okay. We've got the Ten of Cups. This is them confirming that you are moved out of that Three of Swords, which is part of that shift forward, different path. We're done with the Three of Swords. We are absolutely ready to step into something that is more uplifting and happier and more fulfilling. That's what you've been working on, right? The Three of Swords is a card of pain and emotional pain, and it hurts, and it has hurt, and it's hurt quite badly. But it's time to move on from that now. This is why we need that rest. Having a good cry is ever so good for you. It just, releases it when we're in release mode and not just sort of sinking into it, but we're releasing it with those tears. And then afterwards, we do feel exhausted, but we also feel lighter. And once we've had a good night's sleep, we wake up kind of going, okay, let's go then. All right. And that's what this is about. But because we've got the devil there, it wants you to kind of stay in that pain. It's like, no, I'm ready to release this. I'm ready to rest, rejuvenate, reboot, and move forward. I don't need that anymore. This is part of the old narrative. We're in the new one now. All right. So let's look at these two. What's going on between these two? The rest and the exhaustion. How can we get past this? There's your death and rebirth. That's the universe confirming that period. Once you've had a good rest, once you've released what was exhausting, now we can fully move on. This is confirmation. That's done. Whatever work you've been doing, that Eight of Coins, whatever you've been working on, whatever it is that you've been going through, it's done. It's ended. It's shifted. All right. Now we move forward. So what are we moving on to? Well, we can see with that Queen of Wands, more in our power, more in our determined, focused energy, and more in our heart. The Six of Cups is the card of, for me, it's the card of the soul. It's about the past. It's about people we grew up with and family. It's about children, innocence, trust, play. It's a connection between you and yourself and you and others. And we're connecting now in a different way. We're connecting now from a place of empowerment, because that Three of Swords is a victim energy. It makes you feel sad and heavy and down and lost. And you're not that anymore. She's none of those things. She's like, yep, been through some tough lessons. Yep, got through it. I'm strong. All right. That's the Queen of Wands. And so, time now to collaborate, tap into, spend time with those that matter to you, those that you enjoy spending time with. Right? This is this little boy with his dog, and now he's a grown man with a grown dog. Obviously not the same dog, but get the picture. It's like I've grown into this bigger, stronger, wiser version of myself. But I also have those connections with people from my past, my family, the people I care about, my community. And that is what the collaboration is about. So we're connecting in now, but from a different place, you see, from a different energetic space, because we've done the work. We've said, you know what, 10 of Cups, I deserve to be happy. I deserve to heal those past wounds. I deserve to step onto a different path. So I'm going to do that. Even though there might be doubts and fears, I'm going to do that. I'm going to retreat from what has been difficult and painful. I'm going to step into this new path. I'm doing it from a place of victory and success. And I've ended that old cycle. So now I can start to rebuild from a different place. So what are we rebuilding? What is the rebirth? The King of Wands. Beautiful. See, bottom of the deck, the Two of Swords. I want to take this because this is what it was about with the Page of Swords and the Seven of Pentacles. All right, they're chatty, aren't they, today? Okay, let me explain these because this is the reason you're doing it. So let's talk about these. The reason you're doing it. The King of Wands with his lion, representing his strength, his power, his courage, his bravery, his determination. He is strong and focused. He is go-getting, dynamic, powerful. We've got the Queen of Wands here as well, which is saying, look, you've got it all going on inside you, that strength and that power. These are fire cards representing you. So why? Why were we doing this? You were asking yourself, I don't know what's pecking at me, what's irritating me. I've got to figure it out. I've got to find some answers because that's the Two of Swords energy. And so you start finding those answers. The Page of Swords. This is the page that is communicating, reaching out, reaching in, understanding, journaling, writing, talking to people about all this old stuff, figuring it out. The Page of Swords gets the answers. The Two of Swords is the I don't know card. But this is, well, I found out. I'm working it through. I'm getting my answers. And I'm looking at the effort, energy, time that I've put into things. And I'm looking at, is it worth it? Was it worth it? Where am I now? Do I still want those things? The Seven of Pentacles is all about examining, was the effort worth it? And it might have been at the time, but now the energy's run out. It may be that it's time to plant new things, especially with the Wheel of Fortune and the Death card. It's suggesting, yep, it's time to start planting something new. But I'm evaluating. This is a card of evaluation. And that's what this whole reading is about when we pull it together. You've been working on going in a different direction, looking at what holds you back, trying to figure out what that is and finding your answers, particularly around anything that's hurt you and may have, I want to say damaged you, but you know, when we're holding pain, it can hold us back. You've been looking at all of that with a view to releasing it, to letting it go, to rest, recharge, reboot, ready to step into this new cycle. And you won. You're victorious. Six of Wands. You've come out of this more powerful, more determined, more decisive than ever before. That cycle is finished. It was exhausting, but it's done now. We are really in our energy of this hope and trust and connections of what matters and what doesn't. Who am I taking with me into the future? Who am I leaving behind in the past? Or what? Doesn't have to necessarily be a who, because I am strong and powerful and determined and dynamic, and I do have support around me, but I want that to be the right support. And this is what I'm coming out with, having examined what's right for me, what's wrong for me, and what no longer serves and fits me, so that I'm creating a new world and life for myself that fits the new version of me. Even though that rebirth might have been quite painful and challenging, as it often is. You know, you ask any mother who's gone through a birth, it's tough. But when that new baby is born, all the memory of the pain kind of fades away as we hold this new life. And we just focus on the life and say, yeah, that was hard going through that rebirth, but look at this beautiful new life that I'm now stepping into. All right, whatever that baby is that represents your new life for you, it was all worth it, because from here, you're building a new world and life based on the King and Queen of Wands in that determined, dynamic, assertive, confident place, which is just beautiful. All right. Let's finish off with an angel card for you, my beautiful fire signs. This is the Oracle of the Angels. All the cards I used are linked below, by the way, along with the link to my book. For those of you who've bought it or ordered it, and got it now, I read your comments saying how much you're enjoying it, how much it's helping you, and I'm thrilled. Thank you so much. All right, so from the angels, I am beautiful. Number 37, which comes to a 1. Back to the I am presence, the self awareness, the self mastery. She knows she's beautiful. She knows she's a beautiful soul, a beautiful person. She's enriched from this. And when we are in the beauty of our own selves, we also start to see the beauty in life and living and everything, all of it, warts and all. We start to see that everything is truly a beautiful life. All right. So, my fire signs, that's what I have for you. I hope it was helpful. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a beautiful day. I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye bye.